let's dive into some seriously concerning developments that are shaking up the electric vehicle world. Tesla Superchargers, those iconic high-powered charging stations scattered across the United States, are under attack. Vandals are targeting them with tools like bolt cutters to sever thick charging cables, and even directly smashing panels and components with apparent enjoyment. The shocking part? They're not just attempting these acts, they're succeeding, leaving behind a trail of broken, unusable chargers. This wave of destruction isn't confined to the US, it's gone international. In France, authorities reported that 12 Tesla vehicles were deliberately set on fire in a single incident, reducing them to nothing more than twisted metal and ash. At least a dozen Teslas were torched in France in a suspected arson attack. The Oz prosecutor's office is investigating the Sunday night attack on a dealership near the southern city of Toulouse, which left 8 cars completely burned. The fires were so intense that emergency crews struggled to contain them before the cars were total losses. In Germany, a similar story unfolded with more than 10 Teslas torched across multiple locations in recent weeks, pointing to a coordinated or copycat pattern. Now the spotlight shifts to Massachusetts, where Tesla Supercharger stations have become the latest victims of what looks like a calculated arson spree. Let's break down what happened in Massachusetts. Early in the morning on Monday, March 3, 2025, around 1:10 a.m., the Littleton Police Department received urgent calls about a fire at a Tesla Supercharger site in the Point Shopping Center, a bustling retail hub in Littleton, about 30 miles northwest of Boston. Officers rushed to the scene, where they were greeted by chaos. Several Supercharger stalls fully engulfed in flames, with thick, acrid black smoke pouring out. The heat was intense enough to warp the surrounding pavement. The police immediately contacted the Littleton Electric Light and Water Department to shut off the power grid feeding the Superchargers to avoid an electrical disaster. But before the utility team could even arrive, another fire erupted at a nearby stall, almost as if someone was still around, causing more damage. Firefighters worked tirelessly through the early hours to control the flames. By the time the smoke cleared, 7 of the Supercharger units were completely destroyed. Investigators quickly determined that the fires were intentionally set, with evidence suggesting an accelerant, possibly gasoline, was used to start the fires. Security cameras at the Point Shopping Center captured some footage, but it's grainy and unclear, leaving uncertainty about identifying the culprits. Tesla didn't sit idly by. Within hours, the company issued a rare public statement promising to replace all damaged Superchargers and cables at the Littleton site within 48 hours, a monumental task given the complexity of each Supercharger stall. This marks the first time Tesla has publicly addressed the string of attacks on their infrastructure. The Littleton case is now officially classified as arson and is part of the Arson Watch reward program, offering up to $5,000 for tips leading to arrests or convictions. The story doesn't stop with Superchargers. This hostility is spilling over to electric vehicle owners beyond Tesla. A poor electric car owner was attacked by an anti-Tesla protester who mistook the vehicle for a Tesla. Reports are coming in of non-Tesla EVs like Rivian, Lucid, and even Chevy Bolts getting keyed, slashed, or worse, mistakenly targeted in a rampage of guilt by association. This has escalated to the point where some Tesla owners are relocating from cities due to death threats tied to their vehicles. Imagine receiving menacing notes or calls just because you drive a Model 3 or Cybertruck. This is no longer just vandalism. It's something darker, fueled by social media and a growing backlash against Tesla and its CEO, Elon Musk. Protests have mobilized across Tesla showrooms in places like Austin, Texas, Fremont, California, and Miami, Florida, with more protests planned across the US and Canada. A decade ago, Tesla was the golden child of the tech world, a symbol of bold innovation with a cult-like following. Now, Tesla showrooms have become protest zones, marking a stark shift from the days when Tesla could do no wrong. Will this upheaval shake Tesla's foundation? Musk might not care about a sales dip, but the real impact could be felt by those working on the ground level. Technicians, designers, and sales reps who are stuck weathering the storm. What do you think? Will these protests change Tesla's path, or will they fade into the background?